Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much again for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's take another quick look here at Solana, see what's going on. We got this local liquidation range. It looks like it's mostly swept here. We're going to take a look at that and then also kind of understand where we're at here because we had this bearish type of rectangular pattern. We've broken free from that, since invalidated that, and now we're establishing higher highs and potentially higher lows. It's a very, very good start, okay? So again, are we out of the woods yet? Probably not, but we probably also kind of are too in a lot of ways. These are generally things you want to look for. Pending Bitcoin doesn't make a run towards 94, 93,000. I think we're in pretty good shape here. Okay, so let's talk about the backend data first and kind of go from there. Quick congratulations to our community members here for some nice profits on our swing trades. Litecoin, XRP snuck in there. We still got a couple of profitable altcoins that we're trading right now. If we take a look at our plus chat here too, a lot of our community members are finding great success with our new trading strategy. So just kind of give you perspective here. I get this question a lot, so I figured I'd cover it. Roughly $350 in profit on $50 per trade in the last 14 days worth of trading. So again, we're still perfecting it, still making sure it's going to be worthwhile, but it's been a pretty good passive income source for a lot of people. So congrats on that. Glad that's working out well. Showing consistency here. We'll see if that continues. Speaking of consistent, let's take a look at the back-end liquidation data for Solana and see kind of where we're at there. Again, that 198 to 203 was that range. We can see majority of that has been swept. Look at these shorts. Ouch. Yeah, this is why you don't short the resistance, folks. You wait for it to get broken or rejected first before you get in, okay? Now, as I mentioned yesterday, 198 would be a solid consideration for a short. However, that was pending Bitcoin was still on the struggle bus and altcoins weren't surging right now with Bitcoin down when it's pulling back. So again, all the more reason why waiting for confirmation is important. And at this point here, glad we waited, okay? Again, you want to be careful of shorting when price action is kind of closer to its resistance. And the same thing with taking along at support. I know it sounds crazy, but generally speaking, you don't just blindly take a trade because it's had trouble there before. Now that this liquidation level has been swept, we may want to consider a short, but we'll look at the charts first to make sure. I don't think that's a good idea in general, just based on how the market feels right now. It feels a lot better than it did 24 to 40 hours ago. Anyways, liquidation, obviously most of that's gone. We got 203 to 205, a little bit left upwards of 210. So I'll update that on our charts. Keep in mind, we do have a larger concentration at the 210 mark. So the price should have a propensity to continue higher. If it does, we'll see 210 probably as the next logical place of retracement, okay? Or just initial rejection. We can see liquidation delta is still bearish, so that's the interesting thing about this here right now. This is how market makers do their job. They get you to think that everything's gonna go down. As soon as you short, the price goes up. It's a very, very difficult market. And again, just tons of manipulation lately, especially with this coin too. I know it sounds crazy, but Solana has been, I don't know if you paid attention to any of the winter mutes or the transactions on the back end there, but there is some really nonsensical stuff some of our community members are talking about. Majority of it has to do with Solana holders or just like a very large, so somebody who owns a lot of Solana just keeps on ripping the price action in different directions. Either way, for right now, it seems like they want to go up with it. And if we take a look here at open interest, massive purchasing power here at 198. So previous and also locally here. So again, 198 seems to be the new bottom based on open interest and just essentially where people are investing. And again, what do you know, right? It's a previous resistance that came back down to retest the support. Now the price is going up. It's exactly what you want to look for in a type of long scenario here. So let me explain here what I mean by that in a moment. First of all, I want to kind of preface and let you know the daily time frame is not great. Most daily time frames, 99% of altcoins right now, there's a couple of outliers, are going to be looking very bearish on the daily time frame. We're going to see starting to see some MACD convergences soon, some stochastic swings, but we're still under 50 on the RSI. We got a lot of resistance above us. So again, all the more reason to be cautious when you take along, but more importantly, you look at this range here that we're in. For the last 10 days worth of trading, the price action has not closed below 190, and it also has not closed above 200. So 190 to 200 has effectively been that range for the last 10 days of trading. We close above 200 today, solid chance we see further upside, okay? So just something to kind of be mindful of and aware of, okay? So again, daily time frame, not phenomenal, but we're getting there. We're literally on the edge of greatness right now. So let's take a look here. Let's go ahead and remove this liquidation range. In fact, why don't we just go ahead and spread this out here, because I know upwards about 210 was that upper liquidation range. So what we want to look at next is 4-hour time frame here and respect the fact that we are finally above this descending trend. Now again, we've finally above before, right? If you look at this here, we had some false positives. This is how many fake outs there are in the market right now. We've seen Bitcoin fake us out about 4 or 5 times the last 2 weeks with breaks above key level resistances, only to be ripped down below. So please note, if you take a long right now, there's still an inherent risk of the fact that the overall trend is not, it isn't going up just yet, but we're almost there. And what I mean by that is we've broken our descending trend line, we're over some key level resistances, and we're also above some key moving averages. That's super important, but you got to recognize that Bitcoin is still having difficulty breaking free from its local range. So if that were to continue, Solana may also find some trouble here soon. So once more, key takeaway here, I'd say on the 4-hour time frame is that we've broken above 50 in the RSI. We're over the 50-day SMA, the 20-day SMA. A lot of moving averages, a lot of reasons why we're in really, really good shape here. Just know we've been running in the same direction for about 7 or 8 4-hour candles, which is approximately a day and a half, 24 to 36 hours in a row. And a lot of times you will see capitulation when that occurs. Now, again, we look at smaller time frames, we look at the hourly, for example, we can see the price action's already come back down to retest this local high and to work it as a new low, okay? So again, that's awesome. So a simple way to understand it here is that we've got a pretty nice little, if you look at it here, of course, hindsight's 2020, got a nice little double bottom there. More importantly here, we broke free from this 198 resistance. We close over 198 today, there's a pretty solid chance we're going higher. So again, for the most part, we're in really, really, really good shape here. It's just that the macro doesn't confirm that we're on track, and it won't for a little while. But we've got all green lights here on the hourly and the 4-hour time frame to effectively consider a long versus a short. Okay, so don't even put a short on the docket there. I don't think it's a good idea to consider shorting this coin. If you were to short, it'd be like a tight scalp between here and just say 198. That's not a good enough profit margin in my opinion. If I'm going to be trading this, right? Granted, I don't day trade any longer. I did that for a long time. It's just too much stress. So now I prefer to swing trade. If I'm going to consider a swing trade, 198 to 200 seems like a pretty good solid range to consider. So that's kind of where we're at here. Looking pretty good here in the overall sense. I think Solana's due to break out. We're probably going to see at the very least this upper liquidation range between 203 to 210 and get hit. I'll post this playout chart in our Twitter, Telegram, Discord. I'll update our playouts, of course, so you can kind of see potential scenarios. And at this point here, more signs pointing up than down at this exact moment. Okay, just got to keep in mind Bitcoin is on the pullback here, but based on how well Solana's holding in the last hour versus Bitcoin's sell-off, that's a pretty good sign. Okay, so again, all in all, pretty decent stuff here. I like it. All right, folks, thanks again so much for watching. Look forward to seeing the next one. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Take care.